Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. And this is a paid request for Bobby. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Links are down below in the info box. That could be a review, re-review, topic, random thoughts, commentaries, video game playthroughs, tier lists, rankings, movie news. Whatever the case, I'll get to as soon as I can. Links are down below in the info box. And Bobby wanted me to talk about Legend of the SuperMutants, Episode 1 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles anime, I guess that's what we would call it, which came out in 1996. Now, I did see this before in a way. I say in a way because I didn't understand what the hell was going on because there was no subtitles when I saw it, but way back in the day, I want to say around 2000 or 2001, we got a computer. And it felt like a big deal. Wow, we finally got a computer, and wow, we got the internet, and such a new, fresh thing. At least for us, out in the country in Iowa. At that point, the other family had gone off to college and stuff. It was just my mom and I was still in high school. So I'm looking through, and I was able to get, I forget what, some website had all of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle episodes, the 80s cartoon, on VHS tapes. So again, this is 2000, 2001. This is when DVD is just becoming a thing. There's like no other way to see those Ninja Turtle episodes. It was many years before YouTube was a thing, all that other stuff. I didn't really see them in reruns. So as a fan, as I meant, I would love to see these shows. Now I get to see the full show. As an added bonus, they had some of these episodes. And I'm like, what the hell is this? So I'm watching it, and I hear the Japanese voice acting, and I know what an anime is. But like, if it has subtitles, like I couldn't understand what the hell they were saying, because it's like all these like crisp views and dark views and meta stones and muted like transforming, like what the hell, what's going on? Because it was so far removed from what I knew of Ninja Turtles. And actually on YouTube, I guess fans did an English dub of it. So that's the one I watched. It is on YouTube. I guess a bunch of fans, like, they just did their own English voice work. Which I did this so I could better understand the story that was going on. Now, 1996 was a weird time for Ninja Turtles because you gotta think, Ninja Turtles were big in the early 90s. The cartoon was going strong. This is around the time that cartoon was going to end. Yeah, the first two live-action films that were hits, but the third one in 1993 did not do well. It wasn't that good of a movie, Sally. So there was talks of a fourth film, but that never came to be. So it seemed like there was no film in sight. It wasn't until 2007, from 96, I mean, many years later, like over a decade from here, you would get another film. The animated CGI film. The only thing you had was around 97 or so. 96, around this time, you had the live-action TV show. And what they had saw was they saw the success of stuff like Power Rangers. Or overseas, Dragon Ball Z's being very popular. Super Sentai, which was the original basis for Power Rangers. And that became the new thing. That became the new hip thing. The Ninja Turtles were old hat. Just like He-Man was old hat, then Ninja Turtles came about. Ninja Turtles became old hat, then Power Rangers came about. It's just those cycles that happen. So, like a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff is based on merchandising, based on toys, getting sales of toys. let's have these figures, this line of these super mutants, these figures that you have the turtle, but they did turn into this creation that again very similar to Power Rangers and things of that nature. But I think there were only 2 episodes. There was this one and another one. So it's not like it became so successful they did like a whole show. Because now that I think about it, that was kind of the original idea for the original cartoon, the 80s cartoon. Like, for those who don't know, the Ninja Turtles cartoon in the 80s, to go on tangent, I'll get back to this in a minute, was only supposed to be those 5 or so episodes. Like, you had 4 or 5 episodes where the Turtles meet April O'Neil, and then there's the Mousers, and you have the Technodrome, Saving Splinter, the foot soldiers being the robots. They had these like 4 or 5 episodes. That's all it was going to be. It was just going to be these episodes, that's it. And that was made to let people know, hey, these toys are out. Come buy these toys. But they saw how successful people really liked that show, so they go, oh, I just got a TV show now. And that's why you look at those first couple episodes, there's definitely a different feel. It just felt a bit different. It felt really a bit more serious, even though it was a cartoon. Like, I don't know how to put it. So I don't know if that was the idea here, that if this were very successful, they would have had a full show, or it's just, no, here's this one episode, we're going to sell these toys, and then that's just, no matter what, that's what's going to happen. I'm not a fan of this. I'm like 7 minutes in, I was not a fan of this. Because, again, it's far removed from the Ninja Turtles that I enjoy, and I get doing stuff different. And they want to do stuff to reinvigorate it. They want to do stuff to get new toys out there, sell the new toys, make a bit of money. It's a business venture. Ain't show friends, it's show business, as few people have said. But again, it became less its own identity and more trying to be other stuff that was popular at the time. So because it didn't have a self-identity, it just came off as either a lame, not imitation, but just, wasn't what I got into the characters in the first place. Where you have this little fairy girl called Chris Mew, Spirit of Light, and who is friends with the Turtles. How that all met, how that all came about. Like, they have a little opening, but it goes by very quick, and you don't really get an origin story per se of how they met. It's just, oh, well, she has these Mutant stones, and the turtles can turn into super turtles. But for 3 minutes? Which is BS, because when they do turn it, it's a lot longer than 3 minutes, so I don't even know why that was added, the 3-minute thing. So Crane, Bebop, Rocksteady, and Shredder, they're at the Technodrome, and they have this thing called the Dark Mutant Stone. And they're doing this stuff where stars are vanishing. Like, it's a big info dump. It's a lot to take in a short amount of time. You have the good little fairy, then you have this one stuck in this crystal that Crane's trying to get out, and it's a dark mutant stone, like the evil version of that little fairy. And they're vanishing stars, they want to destroy the Earth, and then Shredder, Bebop, Rocksteady go, well, what happens if you destroy Earth? Where are we going to live? We don't live in Dimension X. Oh, we don't want to live there? But then they decided to go along with it anyway. And the Turtles, when they use the stones, when they turn into the Super Turtles, I hate the design. It's such an ugly design, because you have just like a person. It's just like a face. Here's the nose and the lips and the chin, and just a person painted with green paint. It's just with the ugly looking helmet thing that looks like the devil horns or Catwoman or something, like they want to be Batman. And I hate the look of their faces and how like lean. It looks like people cosplaying as the Ninja Turtles badly. And it's just such an ugly as hell design. Ugly as hell. So part of me is like, I'm glad this didn't have more than 1 or 2 episodes, because I don't see the appeal of that. They're no longer the Ninja Turtles. I mean, part of me wonders if Michael Bay saw this when he produced those shitty movies. And I also thought it was funny, like, I shouldn't make fun of it because it's fans doing it, but like the people who dubbed the English dub, some of them did fine. Like the people who dubbed Shredder, Bebop, Rocksteady, the English dub, they did fine. The Turtles, I thought Mighty was fine. Leo was weird. Leo sounded like he was in somewhere there was a lot of space. Like you hear like the echo or whatever. And he sounded Australian. UK Australian? I don't know. So Leo might be from down under. Donnie, the voice of Donnie seemed like he would fit the voice of Leo. And then Raph tried to make him like the Brooklyn guy, but I say try. And like I said, I hate the designs. Pretty much the Turtles are watching TV. They saw April's report that the stars are vanishing. Splinter mentions, yeah, there's something's up. Same with the little fairy, Chris Mew. They try to find Bebop, Rocksteady, and Shredder. They change. The Turtles change. They get into a bit of a fight, which is really not much of a fight. It's pretty much them dodging. Raph tries to throw something. Shredder blocks it. Shredder does a power super move. The Turtles escape. Which again, I hate the design. I do not like the designs. I think they're ugly. Even like Bebop, Rocksteady, they're just more leaner and taller. And Shredder looks like a dragon. Looks like the thing that was the villain in Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. Which, yeah, that was the live action show. That was very much Power Rangers with a Ninja Turtles paint over it. Although I hate to say, I'd rather watch that show than this. I actually would. And it's a lot long. They're turned for a lot longer than 3 minutes, so I don't know what the 3 minutes thing was about. And the other turtle, they don't really do anything. I said they don't really do anything. Train opens up the thing with the Dark Buddha little fairy awakens. This big tidal wave floods New York. Train comes down with the dark view. They shoot all these like dark matter blasts. People avoid them. Shredder gets hit. He gets kind of turned. And this is like giant creation. Donnie adds his bait. Shredder shoots at it. Donnie gets out of the way. The building falls on it. And then it's kind of done. So then it goes to the sky, and the Turtles have to go into the sky, but then they gotta merge. You know, kind of like Super Sentai Power Rangers, where, you know, they from the regular to the Power Rangers, then they merge into the Megazord, and that's really what it is, the Ninja Turtles version of Megazord. And again, that's what I mean. It's not its own identity anymore. It's just copying, borrowing, influence, whatever, of something else, some other property. And that's not what I go for Ninja Turtles. I don't go for them merging to look like a robot with a little human face with a giant sword, like just a Megazord, and then they don't know how to control it. Splinter gives them a pep talk. The good fairy holds the evil fairy. They do a big power move. Blast. The good fairy is gone, but we'll see her again. The evil one is trapped or whatever. The turtles get a ride in the space shuttle. They go home. And like Leo, Mighty, Raph, they don't really do anything throughout the whole episode. Donnie acted as bait, but Leo, Mighty, and Raph did nothing. I keep harping on the designs of the super turtles and it's just, I don't like that they look more human. That was one of the issues I had with Michael Bay's Super Chuds, is that they put features to it make them more human with, more the lips and more the nostrils, and although sadly they look more like the turtles than the super mutants in this, to be fair. So I would say, if ranking turtle designs, I would say when they just look like the regular turtles, actually they look fine. Like, it was just a douse of anime influence, but they actually look pretty good. It's the anime, so the animation is not as fluid as you would see in other productions, other animated shows, but it was fine. But yeah, the other designs I thought were ugly. There's no ninja action. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and there's no ninja action. Idea for an episode that it just a lot of info dump, a lot of information you got to get into one episode and understand who and what and who's that and what's that. And like I said, the action was pretty lackluster, other than Donnie as bait, and then they do the Megazord power move, and if it was the turtles in their natural form, and they each could do like Dragon Ball Z type of Street Fighter, how you can type of fireball thing, like maybe that could have been a bit more fun. Maybe that could have been a bit more interesting, where it's different. Again, I go in there for more practical ninja action martial arts. But if you want to go that route, okay, but don't change up the design. Don't fix don't fix something that's not broken. Again, they're rushing to something to hop on another bandwagon, and I don't know if it's sold well, those toys. I mean, you would think if it sold tremendously, they would have made more episodes, more cartoons to try to sell more toys. Maybe they turned to more. So I think they're episode 2. They turned to different things. I forget what it is. Bobby, he may request that another day or another month. So once I see that, I'll remember. But it's an interesting detour away from the norm of Ninja Turtles, but that's all it is interesting. I don't think there's anything that cool on its own. Like I said, it doesn't really bring anything. I mean, you want to see Ninja Turtles done in a different way, and it's only 20 minutes long. Okay. You see it, and it is what it is, and it's a little piece of history in the Ninja Turtle catalog, but it's nothing that I would ever rewatch or anything. So, take that for what you will. But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. The review's about as long as the damn episode, so we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.